Yeah, we're good.
We got tons to get to today. Do you agree with Kobe that Shaq wasted his chance to be the GOAT? We got some good quotes there. And will Gronk make a comeback? But we are going to start with Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. While Zeke continues his holdout in Cabo, the rest of his team is preparing for the regular season. After practice yesterday, Cowboys All-Pro guard Zack Martin seemed confident that the players they already have in Dallas, including Zeke's rookie backup, Tony Pollard. So, guys, this is interesting. He's already making a comment that he is liking the team. He's confident in Tony Pollard. This is a guy you've been excited about. So, Shannon, do you like that Zack Martin is talking about Tony Pollard as someone who's dominant for this team and could be a real impact for the Cowboys?
I like what he said, and I like the manner in which he said it, Skip. And I think, you know, and people are like, well, you hated what the Steelers said. But let's look at what the Steelers said.
They turned.
Right. Let's look at what the Steelers said as opposed to what Zack Martin said about Tony Pollard.
All right.
Mike Pouncey said, Le'Veon is selfish.
Yeah.
I guess it's Le'Veon over the Steelers.
Yeah.
We're the Steelers. Ramon Foster says, he doesn't give a damn about us. We'll treat it as such.
Yep.
He's making 7 times what I'm making.
I think it's Marquise Pouncey. Right?
Marquise, what I said?
Go ahead. Not Mike.
Marquise Pouncey.
Yeah, got it.
You see what they
I
said,
agree. Yep.
And now you look at what Zack Martin said.
Yep.
Zack Martin says, look, we're approaching the season. And as a leader, this is what he's supposed to say, Skip.
Yep.
As a leader of this football team, we're getting ready to approach the season. Now, we're going to have to go to work with whomever we have.
Yep.
Now, I like the guy that we have back there. Do I like Zeke? I know what Zeke represents. But if Zeke's not here, we can't forfeit the season. We can't say, you know what? We don't have our best player, so we're just going to take these first couple of weeks off until we get him. He's trying to convey a message that, look, guys, I have confidence that when we go first game of the season and the Giants come to us, no matter who we have, we're going to be ready to play. We love Tony Pollard. We love what he's been able to do. But Zack Martin is fooling himself. If he thinks he can get to and win a Super Bowl without Zeke Elliott, he's fooling himself, Skip. He's not a bell cow back. There were 2 other guys on his own roster in college that had more carries than he did.
Maybe that was the coach's fault. Seriously, I'm serious about that. But go ahead.
But how about this here? The general rule of thumb is that when you scout a player and you bring him into your organization, you're going to try to find a way to use him the way they used him in college, and the reason why you fell in love with him. They fell in love with Tony Pollard because he was somewhat of a scat back. They threw the ball to him a lot.
They did.
He's not a bell cow back. Now, if you think you can hand him that ball 25, 30 times a game for the entirety of the season, you're fooling yourself.
I heard that bell ringing through those preseason guys. I got to tell you, I'm seeing bell cow. That's just me. I was seeing it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You see bell cow?
Yep, I did. I really did. I saw him just ramming it between the tackles.
Skip, the man got 9 carries.
He weighs 215.
The man got 9 carries in 3 preseason games.
Okay. I'm just going on gut feeling, eye test, and he went to damn good back, said Zack Martin. Damn good.
Skip, your stomach could be hurt. It's just like me, Skip. Oh, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Okay, now there's a backup to Zack Martin. Do you believe the backup is better than Zack Martin?
Well, obviously not.
Okay,
but what did he say? He said, obviously, we want Zeke out there.
Okay, then. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's saying all the things because if I'm not mistaken, Zack Martin got one of those C's on his chest too, right? So he's speaking like, look, guys, we're going to have to go play at some point in time with or without Zeke. And the message that I want to convey is we're going to be ready to play regardless of who the running back is.
That is correct.
I like the tone in which he said what he said as opposed to last year what the Steelers said about Le'Veon. So I have no problem with it. To make a long story short, I have no problem with what Zack Martin said.
It's funny, Jenny. We're actually on opposite sides of the fence about the team that I love because I do believe what Zack Martin said was a dangerous thing to say, but it was a catalytic thing to say. It's going to make something go one way or the other.
So in other words, it was a nice pitch. It was a nice picture. It was an ugly picture in a nice frame.
Correct.
He framed it really nice, but you got the gist of what he was trying to say.
What he was saying is deep. It wasn't as blatant and over the top and ugly as these quotes that came from the Steelers locker room. But this situation is much deeper or much different, I should say, because remember, Le'Veon a year ago had been franchise tagged. A year ago, he was 5 years into his career. So he was scheduled to make $14.5 million, and he left on the table a 5-year, $70 million contract. But he had the tag already there, where if he accepts it, he's going to get 14.5, which was more than Marquise Pouncey and Ramon Foster were going to make last year.
Correct.
Okay, so they were taking it personally.
Right.
Like, we got a good team here, and you could make 14.5, and they're going all the way to, who do you think you are? He doesn't give a damn about that. That's, you know, real. That's Ramon Foster. I'm kind of pissed off right now, says Pouncey. Really? Why play hide and seek, said Pouncey. Why let your agent say this and that? Just man up and tell us what you're going to do, Le'Veon.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay? That was, woo.
Is his name Marquise Rooney?
Yeah.
Or Marquise Pouncey?
I don't know.
Why don't you tell us?
Yeah.
I wish.
Okay, now back to my team. It was time for a very respected veteran to stand up in that locker room and say what he said. And he said it, look, dare I say, politely, gentlemanly.
Yes.
Like you said, what he said borders on an ugly thing in a very pretty frame. I like that. But I want to make it clear that, remember, Dak is, to me, he's still the face of the franchise and the team leader, but Dak is best friends with Zeke.
Right.
So he can't really say that right now.
Right.
But, hey, I don't know if people understand, Zack Martin is the most, to me, he's the most decorated player in that locker room right now, because you realize he's played 5 years in this league, and in his first 5 years, every year he made the Pro Bowl, and every year he made All-Pro, and not one player in the history of my team has ever started their career like that.
Nope.
Not one team. And they got 13 people in your Pro Football Hall of Fame, and nobody did that. Emmett didn't do it in his first 5 years. Michael obviously didn't. Troy didn't do it. And we can go back to Dorset, Roger Staubach, and Randy White. Nobody did what Zack Martin has done.
Okay.
5 straight years of Pro Bowl and All-Pro teams. He made first team 3 times. Now, Tyron Smith he has more Pro Bowls and more All-Pros, but he didn't do it 5 straight years.
Correct.
So just for the record. So now you have a guy in Zack Martin, people forget this, he started for 4 years at Notre Dame at left tackle. 2 of those years, his last 2 years, he was a captain of the Fighting Irish.
Right.
So he is leader, but he's a quiet leader. He rarely speaks. So when he speaks, my ears are wide open because he wanted to make a statement there that should get more publicity and more attention than it has gotten. So now we get to, this is right in your wheelhouse. We're getting to the double-edged sword that is pro football, or really pro any sport. It is the dual goals of earning and winning.
Right.
And they don't always, they can be mutually exclusive. They don't always dovetail. They don't always intertwine, because right now, this team is faced with earning versus winning.
Right.
To me, winning should always prevail. Winning should always be the priority, and that's what he is saying. We got to pull back together right now because we got to win. So you tell me, in your career, what was more important, earning or winning? It's a hard call.
It was.
You hope you could do both.
You really do. But see, the luxury that Zack Martin has and Tyron Smith had is that the Cowboys went to them and said, and they reset the market. Zack Martin was the highest paid guard in football.
So I'm glad you brought that up. Just to be fair about this, he was 4 years in, Zeke's 3 years in, so they had picked up his option, but in the offseason before last season, they went to him and said, we want to make you the guy, and now he's playing right guard, he's not playing left tackle, but we want to make you the guy. And guess what they gave him? They gave him what is almost identical to Todd Gurley money. The money's just, you look right down, it's $21 million signing bonus, 45 guaranteed, 14.4, that's Todd Gurley, that's what Zeke wants. And without going into gory detail, Zack Martin's deal is right there. Those are the same numbers. And okay, so Jerry just said here because you've earned it. Had he earned it? Yeah. Has Zeke earned it? Sure he has.
But Skip, we know this. Left tackles and right guards normally play a lot longer than running backs. Even though they bang, they don't get brought to the ground with 300-pounders landing on them or 250-pound guys landing on them like a running back. So Zeke understands that his shelf life is a lot shorter than Tyron Smith, than Zack Martin's. And really, all the other positions. Skip, I really don't have it because, like you said, I think he framed it in such a way. He's trying to instill confidence in Tony Pollard because he knows if Zeke's not there, Tony Pollard's going to have to pick up the slack. Not just running the football, but the number one thing that keeps running backs off the field in their rookie season is their ability to pick up the pass protection.
Okay.
And he got one time, he got Dak hit. I'm sure
two games
ago. Jerry brought that up. I'm sure Jason Garrett brought it to attention. Gary Brown, who's the running back coach. I'm sure everybody has brought that to his attention. Son, if you want to play in this league, you want to play for this team, you must protect that guy.
Okay. Yet, he went to damn good. And I don't think Zack Martin is going to overstate anything, especially about a rookie fourth-round pick. So I told you, just use an eye test right out of the box. I told you the Monday after the draft, I think they got somebody because when I would see him play at Memphis, I watched 2 games last year, he caught my eye, but they were using him as like a slot receiver. Occasionally at running back, but they mostly threw it